Where did you get the idea for the book, Jesus and My Gender?
Yeah, I think that there was a lack of resources around the topic of transgenderism, which obviously we're seeing. Even this morning, we were talking about how Matt Walsh is really hitting this issue hard. Mm-hmm. There was a lack of resources. There's so many individuals out there that are needing answers to hard questions. These parents that are going, hey, my child is being confronted with this content at school. Their friends are changing their gender. Trans theory is being taught in the public school system. They're seeing bathroom signs that have the cross gender, it's like the half man, half woman, half dress kind of icon. And so these conversations are coming up.
Yeah, they're getting kind of hit from every angle.
Yeah, I think I saw some stat that was saying that by the age of 5, children will have over 1,000 instances of sexual perversion. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to see that just in public, especially if you live in like a big city,
right,
or if you're, your kids are maybe on YouTube or on the internet. Those things kind of slip in. TV commercials, TV shows. It's just everywhere. And so we are at a point in the church where Christian parents need resources to not necessarily build an apologetic against the transgender and trans theory movement, but really to affirm biblical gender and roles for their boys and girls. And so we wanted to create a resource that was, well-designed. I mean, I think that, I hope if you're not new here, that you learn that we really care about design over at Relearn. And so everything we do, we try to do well. And so we wanted to write a good book with great illustrations. Brad Smith was the illustrator on the project, and he worked really hard to make the illustrations fun. He's a professional illustrator working with some of the biggest publishing houses around. And so it's a great illustrations. And then I made it a rhyming book.
Right. It's really fun for younger children, little kids, preschool age, younger elementary, really love that rhyming. It helps, developmentally with the way that they learn.
Yeah. And I think about
that was a really nice touch.
And as a parent, I like rhyming books better. I don't know why. Like we read that Pilgrim's Progress book that was a full rhyming book of Pilgrim's Progress. And that was fun to read. I don't know, maybe it's just me that I like rhyming books. So that was a great opportunity to write this book in a rhyming way. But again, we just wanted to offer tools and resources to affirm biblical gender. A strong offense is the best defense, if that makes sense. For example, I love having a really beautiful lawn. Now, I don't get to do that here.
Not in Arizona.
Not in Arizona. But in Oregon.
We've got rocks, guys.
In Oregon, I was the lawn guy. I had like an acre of grass that I would be almost the kind of guy that would get out there with scissors, but not that far. And the best defense is a good offense, meaning that the best defense is to have really strong grass kills weeds. Mm-hmm. And so the same thing here is really strong identity in their biblical gender actually will fight against any perversion of it. And so that's the attempt for this book.
Great. All right. What is the goal behind writing this book?
Yeah, the goal, I want to see parents have a sense of confidence and normalcy of affirming these kind of truths in their kids. I don't want them to feel like there's almost like a sense of, if you're talking about these things, you're mean or you're unloving. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, this is, it is loving your children, discipling them, teaching them, training them up in the admonition and training of the Lord. Yes, it is. I just put out something on social media that a great way to love rejecting trans theory is a great way to love your neighbor. Mm-hmm. And playing into people's delusions is a great way to hate your neighbor. And this is true even with our own children. It's a great way to love your children is to teach them what is true about who they are. God doesn't make mistakes. There is no opportunity or chance that a boy is stuck into a girl's body because God doesn't make those mistakes. He made us male and female. And so the goal is to really affirm children in who they are. And by giving them a vision of who they are, helping your little boys and your little girls see not just what they are as little boys, but what they will become as men and women.
Giving them vision.
Yes. And so the goal, and the goal is two-sided, right? It's the parents that get to feel prepared and equipped and affirmed that it is good and right and true to teach these things to your children, even if we're living in a culture that says that's unloving or mean. And then it's also for the children so that they would feel confident and rest in the gender that the Lord has given them and have no doubts and have no concerns about that, but actually be excited to be a boy and be excited to be a girl and be excited for what that means for the future.